It's your girl Tina. Welcome back, family, to the channel for another video. So I have the Christmas tag fever, and I think I want to make Christmas tags. So I was thinking about Myra, who was Crafty Rats here on the YT. I miss Myra. Loved her channel. She was just a sweetheart, and she had, oh my goodness, she had everything a crafter needed. Oh my goodness. She knew, she had stuff from past, and she would compare it to present. Like things I had never even seen or even heard of was before my time of coming over to paper crafting and getting to know the different ins and the outs and different supplies. Myra had it. If it came out, whew, Myra, she had it. I really miss her channel. Myra will host every year a collab called Christmas Tags Year Round. And what we would do is you would create 12 tags each month and do one video showcasing those 12 tags. By the time Thanksgiving came, you had an abundance of Christmas tags. You could use them on your projects. You can gift them as gifts like Jill does. And we all know Jill Norwood, who here on the YT, she starts every July creating Christmas tags all the way up until the day of Thanksgiving, in which she takes those tags that she's created and she gifts them to her family as Christmas gifts from her and her son. This year, Jill did not kick off her tag making season because she's working, doing different things, taking care of her family, her mom and her dad, and her son, who's a senior in high school now. So just a lot of things that she's been doing. So she didn't kick off the tag series, but she has been making tags here and there. I just been in a tag mood. I've been thinking about them. They've been on my mind. And so I want to start off with my first set of tags, show them to y'all today. And I'm starting off with gingerbreads. So if you follow me over on Instagram, you would have seen my post a few days ago where I posted just a bunch of gingerbreads that I had die cut out. So I set up one day because I'm telling you, this just been in my spirit to make some Christmas tags and to mess around with my gingerbreads. So I set up one day watching Denzel movies and Tommy Lee Jones movies, and I just pulled out all of my dies, my gingerbread dies throughout my collection, and I just began to sit there watching while I was watching the movies, movie after movie, and just die cut it out some gingerbread. So I did my gingerbread prep. All right. And so today I want to show you something that I found. Can somebody tell him thank you? All right, let's get into this video. So I was fooling around in this room trying to straighten up a little bit so that I could pull out like my Christmas bells and stuff that I might think I want to embellish my tags with. So I had to put away in order to pull out. And I was putting away some cartridges from my Cricut that I had been using. And I said, let me see if I got a gingerbread on one of these cartridges, because I was debating, do I want to buy the 3 gingerbread dies and stamp set from Peachy King that just was released. Now, you all, when new things are released, the first thing I ask myself, if it's something that's drawing my attention and I like it and I'm thinking, yeah, I want that, the first thing I ask myself, do you already have in your craft room something that you can make that same thing with? And so when I was looking, my heart was saying I like the 3 sizes, But I really wanted the biggest one. That's what made me say, I think I'm going to get it. I didn't really care about the smallest and the medium, but I really wanted the bigger one. I think it's like 4.5 inches tall. So I was like, oh, I would love to have a big one. And so I had been contemplating it, you know, in the back of my mind. I found my Cricut cartridge. Not only did I find one, I found two. Two Cricut cartridges that have gingerbread cuts on them. When I say, always ask yourself, do you have something that you can make the same thing with? Now, why did I wanted that die set? Because I wanted the biggest one. That would have been the biggest die, gingerbread die, that I probably have in my stash. Besides my Sizzix one from Tim. I mean, that's a steel rule die. But I think that die from Peachy King might be a little bit bigger than my steel rule die that I have. So, you all, I discovered I had not one cartridge, but two that had a ginger cut. All right? Two. Now, I went in and I cut this one first from my kitchen. And I really, really like it. Now, it has two features. You can cut it. You can do it a regular cut, and when you do the regular cut, it cuts the face and the eyes. Or you can do the what do they call it on this one? The shadow blackout. And if you do the shadow blackout, then it'll just cut along the outer edge of the ginger, but it won't cut the face and the buttons. Okay, so those are the two choices of this cut. It kind of reminds me of the Tim Holtz set too, because of the feet, how it kind of go to the side. So I really like this. All right, so the second cut is on this particular cartridge, and here's the ginger right there. It's a more prim like ginger, a slim ginger versus this one. All right, and here it go right here. Now they have a shadow feature on this one, and in the shadow feature, it will not cut out the eyes, the nose, the mouth, or the buttons. If you just do the regular feature, you're gonna get the eyes cut, the nose and the mouth and the buttons, right? But I love the different shape of the two versions. Now, I was excited. Why? Because with a Cricut, I can make these gingers any size I want. Look at here. From tiny, tiny, all the way up to here. Okay? That's a lot of cuts. That's a lot of sizes. All right? So, this is why I say it's important to ask yourself, do you already have what it takes in your possession to create whatever's new being released? Because there's really, there's nothing new up under the sun. Things come and things go, and then they come back again. All right. So I want to just share that with you all. If you have a Cricut machine, if you have Cricut cartridges, go and look and see if you have some gingerbreads on those cartridges, because I have two here, and I'm quite sure that Cricut made more than just two cartridges with gingerbreads on them. Now, another thing I wanted to share with my family is that this time of year come around, like September, Michael's always release a Michael's brand now. They always release a gingerbread die and a set of pumpkin dies, and then they always do a Christmas tree. I find those every year at Michael's around September, and the Christmas trees and the gingerbread always go first. So if you're looking for a gingerbread die, start checking your local Michael's. All right, so I want to share that. All right, so with all of that being said, I was excited because now I could play around with sizes, right? And so I chose to use this cartridge right here to make my first set of tags with. Okay, let me show you. I'm excited. All right, let's start off with this one. All right, so here he goes. So remember I said the first feature is the regular feature, and it'll cut out the eyes, the nose, and the mouth, and then the button, right? And I decided to take some buttons and glue on top of here. I did a double mat, so I did the shadow. This is the shadow cut, and it gives me the two pieces. I'll just layer them on there. And then I decided to go around with my jelly roll and make the dots all the way around to bring out the dots in this fabric. Let's talk about this fabric. This fabric is from when I did the Fresh Fruit Fridays. This was the quilted fabric that I had. The strawberries was on one side and these little dots was on the other side. And so this is a piece of that. And I took it and made a scarf, and I really, really like it. I like the ruggedness of it. Okay. Then I went in with my jelly roll, made some cheeks, highlighted the mouth, put the white part of the eyes there. Okay. And then I did an attachment element, and I stuck it up under the little piece of fabric. Okay, that's where I glued it. And I took a button and then put a tag here for you. And these are the little tags that I cut out on my lunch break. Again, if you go over to my Instagram feed the other day, I posted where I had set and cut out tags during lunch to get ready for my little tag making. And so this is another tiny, tiny little set. This set comes from Elena Craft. It's a really, really nice set. That's the die. And then these are the stamps. Really, really nice. Different colors. I mean, different sayings. Love, kisses, best, birthday, BFF, friend, hello, hugs, thanks, for you, and sweet. So I just cut out about 50. I think I counted 50 of these tags. All right. So that's what I did for that. And I attached the tag on top of the button, and then I put a smaller button on top of that, and then just knotted it at the end. Okay, so that's tag number 1. Here's the second tag. This tag is 5 inches tall. Love it, love it. This is a piece of ribbon that just came from my stash. So on this one, I did the stitching all the way around to coincide with the ribbon, the stitching in the ribbon, and then I did the red buttons. So I did 3 buttons on here, and I did 2 on this one because these buttons were a little bigger than here. Again, I really like the way that it turned out. And then here's my third and last one. I did the dots again because I really love those dots. I really think that's just a different twist. Had never done that before, but yeah, it'll be a staple now. And then I took this ribbon right here. This is some ribbon that I got from Hobby Lobby from one of their clearance sales one year. They had this in my stash for a while. And I think he turned out cute. And then I did 2 buttons, and you know they're really tiny. Okay, so that's my second set, and these came off of this cartridge right here. And I'm gonna put this right here so y'all can see that. Okay, here is my second set. Now these right here, oh my goodness, turned out too precious. So I wanted to play with my gingerbreads because I had got blessed to receive some Peachy King stamps. Now, those who are new to my channel, first of all, let me say welcome. Those who are new to crafting, welcome to the paper crafting community. Glad you chose to come and be a part of my family here on my channel. All right, but those of us that's been rocking together for a long time, you all have heard of me speak of Jill Norwood. If you don't know Jill, that is definitely a channel that you do want to get to know, because Jill is excellent in card making and tag making. She has a homespun feel, primitive feel. on her channel. But what I like about Jill is not only does she give you inspiration, but she goes step by step on how she created whatever project she's showing you, and she also go very detailed through all of the supplies that she used. So it is an excellent channel, especially for a beginning crafter. All right, so Jill contacted Kathy, who is the owner of Peachy King Stamps. And I got introduced to Peachy King Stamps from Jill's channel. And year after year, we all know Jill comes on in July, and she makes Christmas tags all the way up to Thanksgiving. And she will use these Peachy King face stamps. And I never, never was blessed to get a Peachy King stamp, because when I came into paper crafting, they were no longer producing the stamps. Kathy had retired. Well, long story short, Jill has talked to her, and she's come out of retirement, and now she's producing stamps again. All right, and so she came out with this Jill favorite stamp set, that a collab that her and Jill did, and she allowed Jill to pick out some faces, to the faces that will go into this set, and these are the faces that Jill chose. So I was excited, and I really wanted to play with these Peachy King stamps, because I've never ever had Peachy King stamps. So I use this stamp right here to on my gingers that I'm finna show you. I use not this stamp right here. I'm sorry. I use this stamp and this stamp, these two stamps. Okay? All right, so I'm gonna sit this here so you can see that. Love these stamps. All right, so what did I do? I took the jelly roll, I did the white highlights in the eyes, and then I made the stitching around, the zigzag stitching around the ginger to bring out the zigzag stitching in that paper. I think it came out cute. And then I took some ribbon. This is some trim from Dollar Tree, and I made 4 layers on top of there. Cute, cute, cute. I really like the way that she turned out. Here's another thing I did. I took this blue jean powder puff ink, and I inked up the edges of the paper. Okay. Now, what did I do to obtain this little outfit? I took the sheet of paper and I ran it through the Cricut and cut out the whole gingers. Then I took my scissors, I cut off both of the arms to shorten them. I cut off the legs to shorten that. And then I cut the head off at the neckline. And then I got like a jumpsuit, if that makes sense. Okay. And then I just inked the edges with the powder puff chalk, adhered it, and I just liked the way it came out. And I used some of this right here to make the bow. Okay. So this is my first one. And here's my second one. So I wanted to play around with these faces, you all. So as you can see on my second one, the face have more shadows of white than this one do. And I like them both. I'm still undecided which one I like the best. And I'm going to decide, because once I start using the face more, then I already have what I like best, and then it's easier for me, and it won't take me as much time to add my shadows, because I already know what I like, if that makes any sense. But I really like them both. The shadows on this one, you know, I feel it brings the face out a little bit more than the shadows over here. But then I feel like this one is more realistic than the second one. But everything else is absolutely the same. Okay, so I love those. Now let me show you my next one. This is my next one. Okay, now this is the girls and this is the boy. I did the same exact thing with the paper. All right, but except I wanted to imitate a belt. So I took some ribbon and just put it across, and then this is the belt buckle, this button. Now, I have to talk about this bow because you all, I have been watching Jill make tags for some years now, and I love when she do this multi-layer, just like a 4-layer bow. And I have been trying and trying on my own to figure out how she made that bow. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to ask. Ask and ye shall find. Ask and ye shall receive. Seek and ye shall find. Knock, the door shall be open. So, y'all, I reached out to Jill like, can you help me? Can you show me or tell me how to make that bow? And she walked me through it, and I am in love. I finally found out how to make that double layer bow, and I just think it's so beautiful. I just think it's so beautiful. And then I use one of those tags, you all, that says hugs. Now, I did not put a hanging element because this could be used as a focal point on a card. This could just be attached to a bag, or a pie. You can lay it on there, some cookies on a cookie sheet, and you wrap them up and you want to just adhere that. There's so many ways you could use this. I'm not for sure if I want to put a hanging element, but I can always go back and do that, okay, on the back. So this is my third one, and then you all, this is my last one. So I made 2 girls and 2 boys. Again, there's that belt with the belt buckle, and again, here's that 4-layer bow. I love it. So you all, this is what I've been playing around with. This is my first set of tags. I really, really love how it came out. Let me say this, one thing I'm missing. When I did these right here, you see the little white, like a flour dust? I used this coconut powder puff. It's a white chalk to chalk those edges to make it look like, if you was baking gingerbreads and you have that little flour cast on them. So I really like the way that they turned out. All right, so I'm going to cut off here. I think I said too much, video probably too long. But you all, I got the tag fever for Christmas and this gingerbread fever because I'm so excited about all of these Peachy King stamps that I have that now I get the chance to work with. Here's one for a snowman face. I got 2 for that. I can't wait to work with that for the winter that is coming. All right, so leave me a comment. Tell me what you think. Is there anybody else out here that's going to be making Christmas tags? If you are, please let me know so I could come over to your channel or visit you on Instagram and support you as well as you support me. All right, you all. Till next time, keep praying for your girl as I'm praying for you. You all stay blessed, and I'll catch you on the next video. Have a good one.